the journey of studying in Austria, and we'll be looking at the most important things that we need to know. And before I go on, I would like to say happy Valentine to every one of us. So we pray that the love continue to grow in our heart, in our mind, and in all our environment, in our country, and in all our organization. Thank you so much. Studying in Austria, we need to just have background information. Now, we call it your gateway to quality European education. Number one thing, we need to understand the location. Where is Austria located? And the number most one important thing is that Austria is different from Australia. Austria is one of European country, and it it is the one major one at the center of most of the European country. The population of Austria is about 9 million people. The capital is Vienna, and the currency they spend is euro, just like the way we our own currency in our country, Nigeria, is naira. The country United Kingdom is pounds, and the major language spoken in um, Austria is German, and it has border around like 8 other countries. We have Poland, we have Slovakia, we have Slovenia, we have Hungary, we have Switzerland, we have Italy, and we have Germany, which means me being in Austria gives me access to all these 8 European countries around me. So it's one of the best. I know when it comes to studying abroad, many of us we are fond of we have it's becoming a common language for you to say, "Oh, I want to study abroad." Before anybody thinks of what, where, or where you want to study, first thing they say, "Oh, you want to go to UK, you want to go to America." To the extent some people does not even know the difference between London and America. If you even tell someone I'm in the UK, I say, "Oh, but what? How is America today?" You know, because these have become our songs. It has become a common place for us to study. Some will say Canada, some will say Australia, but there are European countries that make study also very much easier, and their economy is also one of the best in the world. So this is the background knowledge of Austria. Now, another thing about Austria, we need to understand the economy, we need to understand the environment. Is I just picked these four most famous countries, there famous places in Austria. It's also a very good place for you to do your vacation, your tourism and all that you want to enjoy with your wife, with your family, with your children. Even if you are not studying there, I think it's a country that you want at least going for you to visit the to understand the country and see some kind of life that is existing there. We have Austria Apes, we have Vienna, the imperial city itself, we have Salzburg, and we have Ostad village. So these are all famous places in Austria that if I enter Austria today, these are places I'll make sure that I will see them and I witness them. I hope you are to stay together. Okay, thank you for that.
Yep, yep, I will, yes, sir.
Thank you for that. Now, the next thing is why international students choose Austria. Why do you could why do you need to choose Austria to study? Number one is high quality of life. When you're talking about the kind of life you can live there, you can live there because it's not as expensive like all this country we all know. It's not as expensive like life there is not as expensive as you staying in the United Kingdom, you stay in Canada, you stay in maybe in the United States. They are not as you know as expensive as that. It has the same environment. We've been hearing about wall, and there it is not common for you to hear that, oh, there is a wall in Austria. And when you're talking about location, I told us it's centrally located in European country, and they have about 60,000 plus of international students. Talking about culture, music, art festivals, if there are places that you would like to enjoy that, and also has a very world-class education. Now, when you're talking about the structure of Australia higher education, we have bachelor degree of program, we have master degree program, we have doctoral program, which is PhD. The same way we have in Nigeria, we have secondary school in Nigeria, we have bachelor degree, or let me say higher education, because in Nigeria we still have people that go, we still have HND, higher national and national, but we can just categorize them as higher education. Then we have master degree program, we also have postgraduate degree program, and we have doctorate of program as well, which in Nigeria bachelor program, standard bachelor program is ranged between the 4 years to 5 years in Nigeria. Then master degree program is between 1 to 2 years, the same thing we have in our country, Nigeria. And talking about PhD, same thing in Nigeria, that we have up to 3 years. So we can have this quality of education in Australia. So in Austria, it's the same structure. Now, what are the types of university in Austria? We have public universities, we have University of Applied Science, we have private university, we also have teacher education colleges, basically, in Austria. These are like the structure of their own, just like the way we in Nigeria we have university, we have private university, we have public university, we have federal university. Their own structure is private and public university. So public university is actually categorized as the government, universities, and private universities as well. Now, type of education. Typically, education costs in Austria, because it is very important to know what it costs to study in Austria. If you ask me what it costs to study in the United Kingdom, I'm going to tell you immediately. What it costs to study in United Kingdom will take you minimum of £13,500 to about £35,000 in UK. The same thing if you approach Canada or you approach USA, it will take you around $12,000 upward, depending on the course you're doing. Now, we have public universities, we have some public university, and we also have applied science university, that their cost is around 726 euro. This is public school, that is mainly this normal amount I put in there is majorly for their home student. But when you look at under that private university, I just categorize under private university, these are the basic amount you can see international students. Kindly help me mute your mic so we can all hear ourselves very well. If your mic is on mute. So the price for most international study, like international student, ranges between 7,000 euro to 35,000 euro. When I was on the radio yesterday, there are questions that were asking me, oh, let's put it in naira concept, because that is our currency. Okay, when you're talking about 7,000 euro, you just need to understand how much is naira in euro. If you're converting naira to euro, how much does it cost? So I just pick it randomly in my head, because it costs about 1,000, let's say 1,500 USD, 1,500 naira to 1 USD. And the difference between one United States dollar and 1 euro is almost just 0.3 difference. So I can easily just pick it in my head and say, oh, 1 euro because 1 euro will cost about 1,500 in naira. So I can easily do the multiplication. So if I look at 7,000 euro, 7,000 euro, I can easily just say, oh, it's around 13 million, 14 million. I didn't do calculation accurately. I'm just picking it randomly. So let's just base it on like minimum of this 7,000, we can say is minimum of 13 million naira. And looking at 35,000 euro, we can say is around 62 million naira. You can just do the calculation on your own. To do proper calculation on your own, maybe after this, just search on how much does euro cost in naira today to be able to get the accurate. But I can tell you it's between 13 million, maybe 13 million euro to a rate of 62 to 63 million euro. That is what it's cost to actually study as an international student in Austria. But one of the most important reason we are now here today that make us to say, okay, let us tell our people about this opportunity. There are university right now that our organization has partnered with that in Austria. You can study for as low as 5 million naira. I don't know if you were together. That their own cost of education study per year is around 1,553 euro. If I convert it to naira based on the calculation I give you, this is actually less than 2 million naira per year. This is actually less than 2 million, but they are private university and they don't have most of the courses, but they have the most courses that you may want to study. And this is exactly one of the reasons we put this webinar together. That now you can study, we have exclusive, you can study at rate lower than 2,000 euro per year of a party in one or two, three schools if we submit your application to them and they give you admission. Now, and they give you admission. Now, these are the three partner institutions. Now, when I was on radio, I didn't mention these schools because we know that for people to be able to create time to attend this webinar, it means that they value their time and they want is something great and they want to have accurate information. And I purposely put the name of the universities there so that you will know that we are hiding nothing. We want you to have the information. You can go on and do your own research by yourself if they are not in line with what we have told you. So we have these three institutions, which if you want to submit your application or you want to use us to submit this application, we can help you submit application to these schools. Now, these three institutions, if you go there, you will see the courses because they are public university. They are public university, and the amount you pay per year for that is majorly school fees. Please don't get me wrong. The amount you pay for the school fees is what I calculated 1,453 to about 2,000 euro. So you can put it because each of the school have their own different prices, but they are between the range of that 1,400 and let's say 1,450 euro to, or let's say 1,500 euro to 2,000 euro. Let's put it in that range. So any of the university, you can see that way this TU Wayne is technical school, and the three of them are actually technical school. Technical institution means it's not like the one we all know. Technical school means that you have complete hand-on practical on whatever the course they are, because each of these school has specific courses that they treat that are taught in English that you can pick to study. Now, the tuition, as I told you, is 1,480. I mentioned 1,500 and above, and it can help you to save a lot of money if you want to study there. Now, what are the program available basically? They have computer science and information technology. We have mechanical, electrical, civil engineer. We have civil and environment engineering courses. We have material science and chemistry. And they have data science analytics courses as well. Then they have a lot of science because I was on that is last week when I was trying to apply for someone, so I had to go through some of the courses, though I didn't put them here, but it's something that you know the name of the school. Now we can check, and when we want to apply for you, we can also check which one of the school can give you the course that you want to study, and that is that. Then, what are the entry requirements? This is very simple. The academic, if it is either bachelor, if it is bachelor degree or something, the requirement is actually your O-level result. Now, when you want to study in some of these countries, they will ask you for IELTS, they will ask for TOEFL and all that. But this particular school, they still accept our own English, that you can also complement it with medium of instruction. That is maybe a letter from your school that states that okay, you study in English with your O-level result. That is, we are talking about WAEC. So WAEC is very common in most of the acceptance we've seen. WAEC is very common because in most of the application we've done is WAEC. We've not submitted NECO. So I'm not saying that they do not accept NECO, but based on experience of what we've submitted, now we can go on with WAEC. And the minimum of C5. I always advise people minimum of C5 in English. Minimum of C5 in English. So if you are going for bachelor degree, what is required of you is your O-level result, statement of purpose, and the statement of purpose is not what you write immediately. By the time we choose the school, we choose the course, now we know what you are writing statement of purpose on. Then we need reference letter. We have academic reference letter and academic reference letter and professional reference letter. That is people that are already working. You need these two reference letter. And though they accept um, second class, basically that is from 2-1. I recommend 2-1, though they mention 2-2, but based on experience looking at the acceptance rate, when you have 2-1, we can submit the application for you as 2-2 as well. But when you have 2-1, it's give us some level, confident level that at least there is possibility of you getting admission. So no IELTS is officially required. There is no information about that. Good speaking, English speaking, that is what we are using your NECO or your WAHEC result to be able to get, especially C5 in English, while your the 6 credits, 5 credits also require in every other subject as well. So now another thing that is very important we need to pay attention to, if you are going for bachelor degree, the age limit required is 25, like maximum age required. So if you are over 25 years of age, you may not be able to go for bachelor degree in these schools. And for master degree, the maximum age is 30 years. So I purposely put 29 years, but it is 30 years because I know that if it is 29 years, okay, you still have the duration of 1 year to enter there. That your 30 in your 38th age is what you are going to complete immediately. You are in that. So it has to be minimum of maximum of 30 years of age. Then basically 29 maybe as at the time we are applying, but if you are still 30 years as at the time we are applying, it's still good, we can still make it happen. Now what are the process and what are the steps? The stage one, if we are submitting application for you, is 2 days. Number one, we do not just the school we are not just going not we will not submit application just like that to the school. First thing the school does is that before we submit official application or proceed with application, we are going to do what we call document assessment. Document assessment means that we are going to submit your document like your SOP, your bachelor degree transcript, your WAEC result, your statement of purpose. We are going to submit to the school for assessment. So when they assess it that they can give you admission, that is when we go with the proper application. Now, when we go, that is when we go. So after we receive this information, then you are going to pay a processing fee. What is processing fee? Is 1,100 USD, and I will tell you what is it for. Now, for you to submit application to Austria, this particular school, they require what we call document legalization. Document legalization is that each of your document needs to be legalized, and each one actually costs about 80 USD. I mean 80 euro. So now by the time we calculate the number of documents that you give to us, and now this is where we take the money from and now do the remaining process with it. So now then the second thing is, so which means that after document process assessment, that we know that definitely to submit your application you pay a total sum of 1,000 USD, a total of 1,000 USD, which is so we know step three is that we do the university application, we submit it officially. When we get the offer letter, the stage four is getting the offer letter, and you pay the remaining balance of 760 USD. So the total amount we are going to pay with our service charge, our processing fee, and everything is going to be a total of 1,860. But what is required of you to pay initially is 1,100 USD. This is where we do your document legalization and also proceed with every other application process we need to do. Now, after we are able to pay and get the offer for you, the next thing is your visa application, which that can also take about 4 to 8 weeks. And you also need to pay the tuition fee, and the tuition fee you are paying to the school is once. So this is not money you pay like other country that are very expensive. You know, they will tell you to deposit like maybe £4,000 first or $4,000, and when you deposited it, then after you get the admission, they will tell you to, when you get to the country, you can be paying installment, because this money is sorry very small. The school require you pay the tuition fee that shows that okay, you pay the tuition fee, which is €1,480 per year. Then once that is done, we secure your visa for you. This money that we mentioned also covers for your visa application. Yes, is involved, is also in it, because I think I need to mention that is involved in it. Now, the next thing is we are able to then, when you want to, let me go move on to that, because there is something I need to mention before we go. Okay, this is exactly what I want to mention. So detailed processing timeline, basically documents assessment depend on the school, but we estimate it to be at least 1 to 2 days. We should be able to have that. Then you make the initial payment, then we make university application, we get the offer, then maybe conditional or unconditional offer depending on the school. Then you can pay your remaining balance of $760. Then we make the visa application, which is document legalization that we've done initially. Then we go on with the visa process. Then tuition payments. Upon receiving your offer, then you go on for a tuition payment, €1,480 to the university. Then the next is travel to Austria. But there is one important thing that I need to also show us here. You already know about processing and consultancy fee. You already know about annual tuition fee, and you now need to understand this proof of funds. Now, Austria require that okay, you have up to €13,000 in your account. So this is proof of fund that shows that oh, you have the money to take care of yourself for the duration of maybe the first year, and they expect this money to be in your account about 6 months living expenses. So if they have this, so they want to say oh, we can be able to submit a statement of account of up to this so number of months, and we submit to them okay, I have up to £13,000, I mean euro, in my account. Then they know that okay, this person has the fund to take care of themselves for the duration of the time they are in Austria. So these are the basic things that are very important that we need to know. Now, what are the documents required for us to be able to get assessment for you? Your degree certificate, your academic transcript, your CV, WAEC or NECO certificate, your international passport, 2 letters of recommendation, your statement of purpose, document legalization. That will be done after we are able to get the response from the school that we can, that your credentials can go on with the application, and that is that. So one of the other benefits of studying in Austria that we all know, that we know most of the country does, is 1 year postgraduate, which is with work permit. You'll be able to have 1 year postgraduate, which is work permit, and they said then also your family are welcome. If after you have gotten there, let's say you have family that you want them to join you, immediately you get there, because we will not present their visa with you. When you get there, for the within the next 3 months, we'll be able to work on their own visa for them to also join you in that country. So we have family are welcome, no application fee, fast. The process is also very fast. By the time the document assessment is done, at least we'll be able to have a headout that we can move on to. So, and I've already explained about the living expenses, but to break it down is between 850 to 1,200 euro per month. Then accommodation, you can get between 300 euro to 600 euro per month as well. Then students are allowed to work part-time, because some people will ask, oh, okay, as a student, can I work? Yes, we have like 20 hours a week to work during the school time. Then when it's getting to summer time, which is term time, the time you have holiday from school, that 3 months to 4 month holiday we always have within the breaking of section, you can do full-time as at that point. Talking about public transport, maybe you want to move from one place to another, is between 25 to 55 euro monthly. So which means that with your student pass, student ID card, you can go around easily. And health insurance as well is also already calculated in your proof of fund. Then there are other places you can visit as well. Just like what I told you, is a country that it is good for you to explore and understand more that is in there. So why will you choose IQ over say we have exclusive partnership with these schools, and this document assessment is done by the school. And we will also do complete visa supporting for you from stage one to the end. We get your visa and all that. So when it's come to helping students to get admission, this is what we have been doing for about 2 to 3 years now, and to the glory of God, we have been doing our best. And for some of those of us that want to proceed from this stage, all you just need to do is to mail your document that I've mentioned to iqvistaszsolution@gmail.com. So when you send this to us, we'll be able to submit your document for assessment. Then the result, you will also have it in your email, because for every assessment we submit, we ensure that we still make use of your own email for you to receive the information. Meanwhile, you can also go online, because when I was on radio 2 days ago, I told them for every information you have, it is very important that yourself research it, understand it, and know it better. So that gives you a lot of leverages and a lot of opportunity to have the idea. So this is where I will stop concerning this this presentation.